question that comes up once in a while has to do with how our souls develop after we die. It seems obvious that our souls develop here, and this is one of the reasons that God allows us to go through difficult times, because these momentary light afflictions are producing for us an eternal weight of glory, as Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 2. Make that chapter 4. In any event, can we still develop after we get into heaven? And this is there's some uncertainty about this, so I'm just going to render my opinion. But there are a couple of texts that suggest that this life is very special in that it gives us an opportunity to grow in a way that we won't be able to grow later. That our resurrection, as it were, secures or fixes our level of spiritual growth. Now, we'll grow in knowledge and information and that kind of stuff as time goes on in heaven, and time does go on in heaven because things continue to happen. But whether, in a sense, we get better as time goes on, I don't think that's the case. Two verses that suggest this. One is in Romans, make that Hebrews chapter 11, the faith chapter. Towards the end, where it's describing all of those who are rescued by faith, then it describes the others who endure through faith and then suffer a difficult death. And the reason that they're allowed to suffer, endure more, and through faith die, is because they will secure a greater resurrection. So what's a greater resurrection? Well, we all get similar kinds of resurrection bodies, immortal bodies, etc. It seems that these resurrected bodies are, in some sense, more spiritually advanced, for the lack of a better way of explaining it. Paul tells Timothy, I think it's in 1 Timothy, that all, when addressing the issue of physical exercise, he says physical exercise profits little, but godliness is a means of great gain, for it holds a promise not just for this life, but also for the life to come. So the development that we have in this life then benefits us in the life to come. Now, it seems to me this would be unnecessary to say in this life if we could gain the same benefit in the next life by just simply going on and developing there. It seems, partly because of the presence of evil in the world, that there are opportunities for spiritual growth in this life. They are not to be had in the future. And so there is this encouragement for us to make the best use of what we have now. Because in the resurrection, we will be like Christ. And we'll see him as he is. We'll have that resurrection body. And I think we'll be fixed in immortality at that point. Now, some might say, well, how could that be if we all have the same resurrection body? And the way one person put it is, if we could all be perfect light bulbs, but some will glow at 100 watts and some will glow at 1,000,000 watts. But we'll be perfect for the wattage that we can put out. So that's a way of understanding. I could be wrong on this one, but the smart man, he says, let's make the best use of the time we have here for eternity.